Game 1 of a 10-game homestand was greeted by a familiar and important piece to the A's starting rotation, Paul Blackburn. Making his first start of the 2018 season, Blackburn did not disappoint. The 24-year-old handled the Royals, going 6 strong and getting the win. Tonight in Game 2, another piece of the A's future takes the hill, Frankie Montas. The rookie right-hander makes his 3rd start of the year and will look to repeat his performance versus the Royals last week in Kansas City. A's and Royals, and it starts right now. Baseball from the Coliseum. The A's trying to make it 2 in a row over the Royals. It's the A's and the Royals coming up on NBC Sports California, powered by Xfinity. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. Along with Dallas Braden, I'm Glenn Kuiper. We have seen 2 very good starts from Frankie Montas, including last Friday in Kansas City, Dallas. Wouldn't it be something if this young man was going to put it all together?
Well, that's what we're waiting for out of Frankie Montas, and he enlisted the help of his defense last Friday against these very same Kansas City Royals. 3 double plays, Kuiper, and he did it with the fastball, moving the fastball up, down, in, and out. The usage of the fastball has increased, the success as well. Frankie Montas is quickly becoming a big part of this Oakland A's rotation.
Now the Kansas City Royals will send the guy who has been their best starting pitcher this year, Jake Junis. He pitched well against the A's last Sunday in Kansas City. He got the loss, but he's pretty good, so the A's will have their hands full tonight.
And in his brief career, Kuiper, he has become the de facto stopper for the Kansas City Royals. In 16 career starts after a loss, he has won 8 of them. 5 of his wins this year, all 5 come after a Kansas City Royals loss. So he is looking to become the conductor and get this train for the Kansas City Royals back on track.
All right, that's your pitching matchup tonight. It's Game 2 of the series and Game 2 of this 10-game homestand here at the Coliseum. When we come back, we'll have lineups and first pitch. It's the A's and the Royals coming up on NBC Sports California.
Brought to you by Toyota. Designed for the grind that comes through every time. See your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota. Let's go places. By Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by Jack in the Box. Try Jack's Spicy Chicken Club Combo with toasted sourdough. New from Jack in the Box.
Frankie Montas and the Athletics take the field for Game 2 of this 4-game series between the A's and the Kansas City Royals. Kelly Green tops tonight for the Athletics. We like those. It's a good look.
One of my faves.
Let's take a look at the game time weather tonight, presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. 64 degrees, so a pretty nice night. Breezy as the winds at 17 miles per hour. And it's Pride Night tonight at the Coliseum. A busy weekend and a busy homestand for the A's and their organization. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Kansas City Royals, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Merrifield's going to DH, then Escobar at short. Moustakas at third. Perez will catch. Solares in right. Gordon's in left. Hunter Dozier is the first baseman. Orlando in center. And Ryan Goins will start tonight at second base.
They are taking on one Frankie Montas, coming off a dazzling performance last time out in Kansas City last Friday, actually. 8 innings of 7-hit shutout baseball, capped off by Emilio Pagan with the 9th inning to put a stamp on that 16-run outburst by the Oakland A's. And Frankie Montas looking to continue the hot streak, the outstanding foundation he's laid for himself this season.
Defensively for the A's tonight, Nick Martini gets another start. He's in left field. Fowler is in center with Steven Piscotty in right. And on the infield, the usual: Chapman, Simeon, Lowry, and Olsen, with Jonathan Lucroy doing the catching. So Montas has finished up his warm-up tosses, and Whit Merrifield is ready to step in the box. A's won last night by a final score of 4-1 behind some terrific pitching from Paul Blackburn and the bullpen. And he's got a game over 500, 32-31. Again, trying to, as we like to say, push away from that 500 mark.
You know it.
First pitch of the game is a strike. Let's take a look at the umpires tonight. That's Sean Barber. He's calling balls and strikes. Tony Randazzo at first. Bill Welke, the crew chief, at second. Lance Barrett is down at third. Bounced toward Lowry. Lowry a couple steps to his right. That's the first out of the game. So 1 away, and here's Alcides Escobar. Remember, tonight any 95-mile-per-hour fastball is our fast pitch, brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest Wi-Fi at home and on the go. And I think we'll see some 95 from Frankie Montas.
Good chance that's going to get worn out tonight. And you see early on from Montas, first pitch fastball, strike one, second pitch sinker, early contact, weak contact. And that's really been the MO for Frankie Montas. Second time around here in Oakland.
And that one is lined toward left. Martini hustling over. He dives and he caught it. Nick Martini with a terrific play in left field.
Bartender, what can I get you? I'll have a martini. Outstanding job off the bat. Again, these tough low liners are one of the most difficult balls for an outfielder to track. A little bit of top spin sinking away from him. And Montas, he's got love for you, Martini. First round on him.
Yeah, I thought topspin, because it looked like it was kind of sinking on him, and he had to reach down and catch it right around the shoe tops. So a nice play by Nick Martini. Moustakas takes just a touch low. 2-0 to the Royals' third baseman, who's hitting .272 with 12 home runs and 40 runs batted in. Moustakas had a double last night. He was 1 for 4.
Kansas City Royals very happy to see Moose come back home. Test the waters in free agency.
Not too many people thought that that would happen, but it did.
It's like Lucroy.
Yeah, he got a pretty good shot right there.
Yeah, took the brunt of that one. We talked about it. 95 plus tonight. We're going to see a few of these. Got that sinker coming back in, even off the toe guard there. This catches the right foot, the right big toe area of Luke.
Got her.
Kind of like kicking the coffee table.
Got her.
Zero fun.
Exmo brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. 2 pitch is hit hard but foul. Olsen scoops it up.
When I like what they're doing here very early on, establishing for Montas the fact that he will come inside. Again, he's got that great slider to put guys away with. Good chance we might see a back footer here.
And he got him swinging. So there is that good slider, and a very good first inning for Frankie Montas. 3 up, 3 down with a strikeout. For Bob Melvin and the Oakland A's, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Fowler, Lowry, Davis, Olsen, Chapman, Simeon, Piscotty, Lucroy, Martini. Keep an eye on Olsen. He's a hot hitter.
They're going to be taking on Jake Junis. Big righty, having a decent go at it this year. ERA just north of 3.5, 3.62 over the course of 74 2/3 innings. Jake Junis has become, we talked about it, their de facto stopper. All 5 wins of his this season have come after a Kansas City Royals loss.
I like that number. It's interesting. Doesn't mean it has to happen tonight.
We can wait.
First pitch to Fowler in first strike.
You're going to get a steady diet of fastball slider combination out of Junis. Not terribly overpowerful, 90, 93. Go get you 94 at times.
Goins hit to the right side. That's Ryan Goins. Royals defense tonight, left, center, and right. It's Gordon, Orlando, and Soler. Third to first, it's Moustakas, Escobar, Goins, and Dozier. And Salvador Perez, as always, is the man behind the plate.
Lowry.
He is a stallion back there.
Yep. So here's Lowry. That's the Sun field. It'll be that way for maybe another inning or so. Hit well to left center field. Orlando near the wall, and Orlando makes the catch about a step or two in front of the left center field wall. So that's out number 2.
Batting third.
Hey,
Okay, Jed, you got the wrong hat on, buddy.
yeah, they got mirrors in the club. I know they have mirrors in the clubhouse. This has to do with the teammates. Your teammates, they will absolutely let this happen to you.
Yeah, they may not let you take the field. Well, maybe they would. They got to Jed just in time. So first pitch is on the outer half for strike Chris Davis. Getting back to Jake Junis. He's got 71 strikeouts in 74 innings this year. So he is a strikeout guy, and a lot of his strikeouts come on that really good slider
that you just saw there. And again, we talk about how guys arrive at certain points of success, and you talk about striking guys out. Well, if you're a strike thrower, you force the offense to understand, I'm going to be in and around the zone, and now your ability to expand becomes greater, and I think that's what Junis has experienced.
This one hit toward right center, and it's hit well. Orlando again on the run, and that baby's gone. It jumped out of here, and that is home run number 16 for Chris Davis.
Tell you what, Kai, if you want to talk about raw, unadulterated horsepower, this is what you get when you're thinking KD, AKA the Crusher. He gets that pitch out over the heart of the plate. Nitro zone for KD. We know how strong he is. We know the majority of the damage is done to the opposite field here. 388 feet later at least. This looks like a 2-iron off the tee box. Just kept climbing and climbing. Put one on the board for the good guys.
That's what his home runs do. They seem to get up and then they
get out,
take off a little bit. So 16 home runs, 45 RBIs now for Chris Davis. He's having a terrific season. And Matt Olson's hot. 7-game hitting streak for Olson. He's 11 for 27 during that 7-game stretch. So opposites attract. We'll call Abdul there.
Yep.
So hitting the ball the other way, seriously. 90 non-pulled home runs
90
in the career for Chris Davis, or since 2015.
And you know, and you look at that list, I think J.D. Martinez, Mike Trout, Nelson Cruz, Joey Votto. You know, aside from, I guess, maybe a Nelson Cruz, probably the guy with the most swing and miss there out of that entire list. But some absolute professional hitters on that list. And Chris Davis might not get the recognition for bat to ball skill as some of those other guys, but the power cannot be questioned.
2-2 pitch. There's that slider from Junis, and a good take by Olson. So 3-2. Little pop-up down the left field line, and it may drop. Fair? No, just a little foul.
Do a little flashback here, take you back to last night, and this is the bomb that Ole lifted off on. Jason Hamill knew it, we all knew it, and that is big boy territory out there, right center, just under the windows of the suites. And as cool, calm, and collected as ever, lays the bat down, 3 left turns.
He's fun to watch when he gets rolling. Got 9 home runs in his last 23 games. Got it with a fastball that time, 92 miles an hour. But the A's take a 1-0 lead on a 2-out solo home run by Chris Davis, number 16 on the year. 1 inning in the books. 1-0 A's lead. So first pitch, top of the second, is to Salvador Perez, and it's down low from Frankie Montas, who had a 3 up, 3 down, 1 strikeout first inning. Pumps that one in there first strike at 95 miles an hour.
And when you think about the evolution of young pitchers who come up early on and might struggle.
Driven to center. Fowler hustling back. He'll get there.
One of the things I always think about is command and efficiency in the zone. And for Frankie Montas, there's no doubt that the fastball is live and that the fastball plays. It's about being in the zone, forcing action with those pitches. And when you take a look at some of the numbers, as you see here on the sinker, soft contact, that's huge. Last year, 36%. This season, 27.3%. So a huge increase in the soft contact, a decrease in the hard contact. There's so much to be said for just the ability to move the heater around. And when you look at swings outside of the zone on the fastball, 2017, 14.3%. This year, 26%. And
that one hurt. Soler goes down, and he's going to stay down for a little bit. We'll finish our thought on Montas in a minute. Let's make sure Soler's okay.
And again, Kipe, 95, 96. You're talking about this kind of velocity.
That's a direct shot.
That's a direct shot right off that big toe knuckle. Take a listen here. Oh. Yep.
And there's no guard. He did not have a guard on, it doesn't look like.
Does not have a guard.
Well, if you're sitting at home and you're wondering what Soler is feeling like right now, just go get a hammer.
Yep.
And take a pretty good swing at your own foot.
A few times.
Maybe 60%.
Whack. Find that bunion. Not good, not comfortable. And I think there's a couple different schools of thought here from the pitcher's perspective. One might say, you know what, he gets back in there, I'm going to go and run a heater in on him. I'm going to force him to get that foot down and be on time. My thought would be, I'm going to throw him something off speed, because if I do get him out front, you know where that weight's going to be? It's going to be on that front foot. Yeah. There's a good chance I'm going to garner the type of swing I'm looking for. So I don't have the 95 that Montas does in the back pocket. He's getting a changeup from your boy.
And Soler went around on a pitch that was down and away. So Montas listened to Dallas and threw it away.
I tell you, it's those little things you pick up your time around the game. And you can see there, no pressure on that front foot. Very soft. You can see the weight transfer back to the back leg of Soler. And guys, I don't know that we may see him for the rest of the evening.
Pitchcast brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company. Here's Gordon. So finish your thoughts on Montas with the major increase in soft contact, and he's not walking people either, so these are good quality strikes.
These are good quality strikes, and that's when you start to see, and you hear people ask the difference a lot. What's the difference between command and control? Control is the ability to throw strikes. Command is the ability to locate strikes and throw balls on purpose, and that's what he's doing with the sinking fastball. He's moving it around down at the bottom of the zone, getting that weak contact.
Well, that's why I was so impressed with what he did in Kansas City. Because, you know, a young pitcher, a lot of times you say, wow, he struck out 8 or 9, 10 guys in 8 innings. He was dominant, but Montas only struck out 2, but he was still dominant.
Correct.
And you can be dominant without striking people out. He got a lot of help from his defense. They turned 3 double plays, but the point is he got the ground ball.
Well, exactly, and you're pitching to that contact in an effort to get yourself 2 outs, 1 pitch.
But I think, too, Dallas, if he needs a strikeout, he has strikeout stuff. So that's the difference.
No doubt.
Now he's still a work in progress, but he's looked very good. This one is flipped into left center field for a hit. Speaking of letting your defense work, we saw the same thing from Blackburn last night. Time now for a Coors Light refreshing finish. Blackburn Remember, he was probably supposed to have one more rehab start, but the A's a little bit banged up in the rotation, said, let's get him out there. He had a 75 pitch limit. He threw 67. He got 11 ground ball outs. So he was doing his thing, and that was fun to see.
Well, you know, you think after the 4 up and downs he had in his start against Stockton rehabbing, he only went 3 2/3 innings, but again, the 4 up and downs, that seemed to be enough.
That one was going to get through into left field for a base hit. So Dozier with the hit. So Gordon and Dozier, 2 out base hits, and the Royals got something going.
They try to go inside here against Dozier. Dozier, a strong individual, is able to pull the hands in. Usually you'll see a guy vacate the swing, one hand. Not Dozier. He's able to keep 2 hands, gets the top hand involved, and fights this out into left field. A little C&I single.
So here's Paulo Orlando. Orlando 0 for 4 last night, just up from the minor leagues.
Orlando brought back up after the departure of John Jay.
John Jay traded to the Diamondbacks. Hit hard. What a play by Simeon. Flips to second base. There's that defense. We talked about it during the pregame show, and we are seeing it early tonight. Martini with a nice play, and Simeon with a nice play.
As an update from Cleveland, the NBA Championship Series.
Abraham Almonte is now in right field. Jorge Soler made an effort and then decided, you know what, it ain't worth it. He's limping, and you don't want to be limping out to the outfield.
No.
So Abraham Almonte comes in the game early. We hope Jorge Soler is okay. Foul the ball off his left foot. Want to know to Matt Chapman. There's that slider, snaps in there for a strike.
And everything we do as baseball players, and frankly as athletes in general, is from the ground up. Starts with your feet, starts from the ground up, a good foundation underneath you. And you saw it at the plate, which is why I thought that the breaking ball was a great pitch to go to. You're trying to stay balanced within your frame, keep your weight on the inside of your feet, inside of your balls of your feet. If you can't get that foot down with any sort of comfort, it's going to be a long day. And you mentioned it, Kite, trying to track balls out there in the outfield. Not fun on one wheel.
Chapman takes outside, and that's a leadoff walk. And with that, let's check in with Carr for the first time tonight. Carr, how are you tonight?
Hey, Glenn, I'm doing great. I'd like you to meet Gavin Grimm. Gavin found himself in the center of the national debate over transgender students' rights a few years ago, and he's here tonight to celebrate Pride Night with us. But Gavin, take us back to 4 years ago when you were a high school student in Virginia. What happened?
Well, in the summer before my sophomore year of high school, I came out to my family as transgender, and when I returned to school for my sophomore year, I returned as Gavin, as a boy, and for 7 weeks, I used the boys' bathroom without incident. And then after that period, the school board held a meeting, or had, during one of their annual meetings, a discussion on where I should be using the bathroom, and then effectively banned me from the boys' restroom from there.
And that case has gone all the way up to the Supreme Court, back down to lower courts, and it's ongoing right now. So stay tuned for more resolution on that case. Gavin, how important is it to you that a baseball team is holding a Pride Night? What does that mean to you?
It's so important. Not only are there LGBTQ baseball players, but also to give young kids, LGBTQ kids, role models to look up to from all walks of life so they can see themselves reflected in media is so important. And with baseball being such a mainstream activity, it's such a great way to bring the community together and to get the word out that you know, everybody has a place in baseball.
Well, Gavin now lives in Berkeley. First time here at the Oakland Coliseum, but I feel like it's not your last. Come on back and visit us at the A's anytime.
Absolutely, I'd love to. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gavin. Fellas, back up to you.
All right, thanks, Carr. Thanks, Gavin. Enjoy the ball game. He needs to come out here more. Come on.
Yeah, I tell you what, and hats off to Gavin. You know, I've got a saying I think everybody likes to say, not all heroes wear capes. Gavin, he had a cape on, and you keep up the good work, my friend.
1-1 the count to Stephen Piscotty. Piscotty 242 on the season, but a big night last night. He was 3 for 3 with an RBI.
Yeah.
We're still kind of waiting for a hot streak. Well, Stephen Piscotty. We haven't really had one of those.
Right, he was
2-week stretches where he gets real hot.
Struggled a little early and then started to pick it up. Had a good 10-14 day stretch or so. Good AB strung together.
Had a good swing there.
But you're right, Kipe. He's a guy that you would love to see start to heat up. You think about his spot in the lineup, Piscotty, Lucroy, the bottom part of that lineup, being able to produce for the guys at the top, the Lowrys, the Davises, the Olsons.
And he swings and misses, so he strikes out, and that's a quick inning for Junis with the help from the double play. Downstairs with a headset.
Tell me who.
Paul Blackburn.
Nice.
Paul, thanks for joining us. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
It's got to be, I always thought, like, for a starting pitcher, you pitch great, you get a win, and the next game you can just go, man, you got to be feeling good today. You're back in the big leagues.
Yeah, no, it's a great feeling, you know, just watching the guys out here compete and being back.
Gotta enjoy that little dig me sesh. Enjoy that. Well, hey, Paulie, one thing I want to pick your brain about and kind of let the folks know at home. I've been through that rehab process. What is the difference for you specifically between the physical aspect of rehab and the mental aspect of rehab and coming back?
I would say a lot of it is mental. You know, coming in every day, going through the rehab process. It's just a grind. You know, you gotta stick with it. You gotta stick with the program, and just be positive. You know, everything's gonna work out, and you know, as it has so far for me.
And you've had to have some frustration. I mean, last year you're pitching great, you get hit in the hand, and then really you're expected to be in rotation and come down with a little arm trouble in spring training. So that's a couple things that's, you know, tough to deal with because you really do want to be out there. But it seems like you dealt with it okay. How tough was that?
No, it was tough. You know, coming to the park every day, you know, seeing the guys compete, not being out there with them. You know, it's definitely a struggle just seeing that. And being back now, being here, I'm happy, you know, competing with the guys and just looking forward for the rest of the year.
So, Paulie, you show back up this year. You get introduced to Jonathan Lucroy, and you understand what he's all about. How important and what has it meant to you very early on, just in this brief amount of time, having somebody with his veteran leadership and cachet sort of help you and guide you along early on in your outings?
No, it was, yesterday before the game, you know, sat down going over hitters, going over the scouting report and all of that, and it was just so in-depth, you know, just attacking guys, what to do and what counts, what he likes to do, you know, what I like to do, what I feel, you know, my strengths are, and it was just awesome, you know, it was just something that I've never really experienced. You know, I had so much trust in him yesterday. You know, anything he put down, I believed in myself, and I didn't shake one time.
Paul, when you came up last year, you made 10 starts, you pitched extremely well. What were some of the things that you learned in a short period of time of those 10 starts, and maybe something that surprised you a little bit about big league hitters?
You know, for me, it's just not trying to be too perfect. You know, that's what I feel like a lot of guys think, is you pitch in the big leagues, you got to be perfect. And, you know, that was one thing that early on I felt like I tried to be a little too perfect, found myself behind counts. And then yesterday going out there, I just tried to tag guys. You know, just try and use the best stuff I had and stay within myself and not try and do too much.
Well, Paul, we appreciate you stopping by, especially in game. Kind of fun to talk to one of the players when the game is going on. And nice job yesterday. Good luck with your next start.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
So Paul Blackburn, I enjoy talking to a local kid from Brentwood, went to high school in Brentwood. That interview with Paul Blackburn brought to you by Xfinity. So he's got a chance to be pretty good.
Oh, no doubt. And what you hear in his voice is the conviction, the understanding of, you know what, this is more of a mindset. He alluded to that when he's talking about rehab and that process, how it's more mental than it is physical for him. And he talked about trust, having the trust in Jonathan Lucroy, believing in himself, believing in the plan that they've devised, going out there and putting it forth.
Moustakis bounces when fouled. On that note, are we giving Jonathan Lucroy enough credit? Maybe not. He deserves a lot.
Well, he deserves a ton of credit. You have to think he's very unfamiliar with everybody from top to bottom, the entire organization, frankly. And when you think about the 10-day DL and how guys are shuffled around between AAA and the big leagues, you get the frequency with which you see some unfamiliar faces.
Kicks away from Lucroy, tried to block it, couldn't do it, so Escobar goes to second.
He's got to get to know all these arms. Yep. And he's done a great job of endearing himself to the rotation, the coaching staff.
So that'll be a wild pitch. So runner in scoring position. Moustakis struck out in the first inning. Good swing there. Royals as a team, 219 with runners in scoring position. That's been an issue for them this year.
And on the flip side of that, Frankie Montas featuring a sparkling round 0 ERA with runners in scoring position.
Middle of the donut. Let's hope that continues. He's ahead of Moustakis, 1-2. Shift is on. 96 miles an hour from Frankie Montas. 0 for 10. The Royals had runners at first and second, 2 outs in the second inning, and that was when Simeon made that nice play. The Royals only had 1 at bat last night with runners in scoring position. 2-2 pitch is skied toward right center, shallow. Fowler takes charge. He's got it, and the runner is stranded at second base. Bottom of the third coming up. 1-0 Athletics.
Nominate a student athlete you know at nbcsports.com/fairplay, and they could be featured on TV.
So it's the bottom of the third. Lucroy, Martini, and Fowler against Jake Junis. Davis with a home run in the first. First pitch to Lucroy in first strike. Lucroy 259 with a homer and 13 runs batted in.
You mentioned giving Luke enough credit behind the dish.
Yeah, he's done a nice job offensively. A little production from the lower half of the lineup, which is where Lucroy usually hits. So here's Nick Martini. Maybe it's time for his first major league hit. We like those.
Like where your head's at.
He's only 0 for 5, so that's not bad. He's come into tonight 6th in the American League in total runs scored, 5th in home runs. So they've hit the long ball all year long. Just not quite enough here at home. Still think that's going to change.
Yeah, that'll come along.
These are not stealing bases. They have the fewest stolen bases in the league. They've only stolen 12, and it's just you have to have guys that are base stealers, and I think Fowler certainly is. But he hasn't been there that long.
Yeah, I think you always have to consider roster construction when you think about the way you're going to play the game, the way you're going to go about scoring runs.
So home runs are important. Listen, they're important for everybody now.
Take a look at that, 29 and 17 when you go deep.
Yeah, and stolen bases. How many real major game-changing stolen base guys are there out there now? There's not very many. I think D. Gordon still is.
D. Gordon, I mean, Mike Trout, these are guys that can move around the base pass, put themselves in scoring position. Jose Altuve.
Yep.
Again, it's just about.
And even Altuve, his stolen base numbers have come down, but if you needed one,
well, you think about stolen base numbers go down, the power production goes up, so there is a give and take to consider here.
That one's hit deep to right. Forget about a stolen base. That baby's gone. Fowler with a 2-out solo home run, 2-0 A's.
Fowler says, no need to get to first and take second. I'm in the box, and that's good enough for scoring position for me. Gets that four-seamer up in the zone. Lefties not usually good high ball hitters, but he does a great job of getting on plane with this fastball. Very difficult to do on fastballs up in the zone. Fowler did not miss. Flashing a little bit of pop from the leadoff spot.
So home run number 4 for Fowler. And for the Royals, they have now given up 95 home runs this year. That's the most in the American League. One of the reasons why they have the highest ERA in the American League, 5.38. One and one the count to Lowry. Lofted to shallow left. Mustak is backing up, and he's got it. And that'll do it for the A's. But Fowler with a home run. He jumped on a high pitch. Rides it out of here, his 4th of the year. And the A's lead 2-0 after 3. Home run by Davis. So a couple of runs to work with early for Montas. First pitch is outside. Perez, Almonte, and Gordon. Perez hit a fly ball to center field in the second.
See there, Montas back in it, 95, down in the zone, coming right at you. You get that extra run scratched across. You want to come back out, fill the zone up early. Sal Perez got his blinker hanging out. Left blinker's out.
It's bad luck, telling you. Pitch number 40 coming up for Frankie Montas, so that's a pretty good number. Fastball at 97 miles an hour.
You just like to see the usage of the fastball when you're working with 95, 96, 97. I like to see guys rely on that.
It's good pitch there. See where it is? Down. And with an aggressive hitter like Perez, he's not thinking about walking.
No, he's at no point in time is that in his mind. He's going to get his. He's not going to get cheated up there.
So you can work a little outside of the zone.
Well, this is where you expand now. You've got him in swing mode 2-2 on a couple heaters.
He hit right on the corner. That's a nasty pitch.
That's a nasty pitch for a couple different reasons, Kite. Number one, that thing's got depth. That's a strike whether he swings or not. He might not get the call, but K-Zone, our friend, has it lit up in that bottom corner.
Now batting, number 45.
And the second reason is the deception, the swing and miss in the zone. And again, that, for me, in my opinion, comes on the heels of commanding the fastball.
All right, they say 4. They must be right. All swing. Here's Abraham Almonte hitting for the first time. He came into the game for Soler. Fouled the ball off his foot. Could have been a strike. A lot of movement.
See there the quick pitch by Montas. Again, trying to disrupt timing.
Bounced foul at the plate. Almonte is a switch hitter.
Almonte, he's got 3 homers on the year, 33 games, and that matches his total all of last season at 69 games.
Pitch is a good slider, struck him out looking. So 2 outs here in the 4th. Hey, NBC Sports California has compiled the A's top 50 most memorable moments in history. We want you to pick the most. You fans, it's a season-long promotion. That's Dallas Braden's perfect game in 2010. Tonight he's going up against Bob Welch in his 27 wins in 1990. Fans vote through our A's Twitter poll. Play that wins advances to face the next memorable moment in Dallas. I have to tell you, your no-hitter, your perfect game is hot right now. I think you've won like 10 in a row.
Doing all right.
You're just kicking all challengers to the curb, and now you got Bob Welch in 27-win season. But the way you're going, you're hot.
Well, I haven't washed my socks or underwear since roughly the beginning of this. So
thanks for the warning. I appreciate that. So cast your vote at NBCSportsCalifornia.com or A's Twitter poll at NBC Athletics. So a couple different ways to cast your vote. So you're proving that you have staying power so far, but you got a ways to go.
A lot of meat on that bone.
Yeah, that's all right.
A lot of meat on that
bone. A moment that affected a lot of us in a good way.
Oh, beautiful. Pretty cool. I don't think that's
a little flare, and that's going to fall into right center field. Gordon with a big turn. You know what I like about the picture we just saw? You see who is in the front row, like just digging on you? Banjo Man. Did you see him? He was in the front row. Oh. See, look.
There
see him
he
right
is.
there?
I got him. I got him. Right there. Yeah.
You know what Banjo Man's saying? You know what? If I wasn't here, he doesn't throw that perfect game.
Yeah.
But I was here.
Sometimes you just get locked in on one guy.
He's around once in a while. So Dozier hits, runner aboard and 2 outs. Dozier had a base hit in the second. Getting an update on Jorge Soler. I believe he had x-rays. So he's got a toe bruise. And I am not surprised.
No.
After watching the contact made by foul ball to the front of his foot. So he's got to be in some pain, but no broken bones, it doesn't sound like. 2-0 to Dozier. Rookie first baseman Hunter Dozier. This big hop for Marcus Semien. Underhands to Lowry. And that will do it. A hit and a runner left. Bottom of the fourth coming up.
ABC Sports California is brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company.
Bottom of the fourth inning, the A's leading the Royals 2-0. First pitch to Chris Davis is a strike. Davis with a home run in the first. His 16th of the year. J.D. Martinez leads the American League. These are numbers coming into tonight. Martinez has 20. How about Jose Ramirez from the Indians?
Yeah.
Great hitter, right?
Joe Ram.
19
Yeah.
home runs.
Quietly going about his business in the Central.
Yeah. And he got off to a slow start, too.
Yeah, and what do you think? KD, our own crush, missed a little while as well. Groin injury.
Mike Trout's got 19. Machado with 18. Again, these are numbers coming into today. J.D. Martinez is also leading the league in RBIs with 52.
Whew.
Sometimes getting a big contract in Boston can be tough. Hasn't bothered J.D. Martinez.
Let's take you back to the first inning here. KD, that sinker down. And we talked about the way this thing just started to take off. Stay inside that pitch, middle, inner third. Shoot it out to right center like that.
That one's hit well to center field. Orlando's going back. Orlando's at the wall, and that baby's gone. For a ball to get up and carry like that, Dallas, it has to have incredible backspin.
Incredible backspin. I'm sure we're going to get a look at the launch angle. But Kite, let me tell you, this thing just takes off. And we talk about the power. Here, the breaking ball up in the zone, sort of in as well. And KD has to stay inside this. Somehow he's able to elevate this, but with enough behind it for this ball to leave 405 feet later. Unbelievable strength on display.
So make that 17 home runs for Chris Davis and 46 RBIs.
I mean, this just takes off.
So the 17th time in Chris Davis's career that he has hit hit 2 home runs in a game. He's hit 3 once. Jake Junis 17th home run allowed. So that's an issue for him. That's an issue for the entire Royals staff.
And it's kind of funny when you think about it. They play at Kauffman Stadium.
Yeah, big park.
Big
Not
yard.
an easy place to hit home run. It's a struggling pitching staff. There's no question about that. The names from the World Series teams of 2-3 years ago are gone.
Yes. They're gone. You've got Scotland on the DL.
Strike 3 called on 3-2. Olsen strikes out for the second time. 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th.
Junis gets away with a breaking ball up in the zone here. Curveball hasn't had a tremendous amount of bite or downward action.
Number 26, Matt Chapman.
We were both talking to Ryan Lefebvre, who's the TV play-by-play voice of the Royals, one of the good guys in our business. Talking about the Royals, and they know where they're at. The home plate umpire, Sean Barber, got hit as Perez. He may have got a little glove on it, but not a lot, and it hit Barber pretty square.
Well, and you can see Salvi immediately popped up, and this is, I mean, this is just the kind of guy Salvi is here initially, but a little bit of a backup here. Barber takes it on the bottom of his mask on the right side. Ooh, you can hear that.
He never got a glove on it.
Never got a glove on it at all. But Salvi very, very adamant about making sure he was okay. Salvi wants to know, hey, look, you understand I got your back here. That was not on purpose. That's that backstop's job, you know. Job number 1, take care of the pitcher, make sure he's on the right page. Job number 2, keep that ball in front, take care of the guy behind you.
Nick Paparesta, the head athletic trainer for the Athletics, hustled out there immediately. Looks like Sean Barber's okay.
And I like what they do here, and this is sort of discreet but very necessary. We're all going to talk to him, make sure he's
sure. Well, it's good to see that Barber's okay. Tough guy. I'd have been laying in the dirt for the next 20 minutes. Well, so you gotta get me out of here.
Yeah, someone get the smelling salt.
You gotta get me out of here. I cannot go any longer. Chapman hits that one off his foot.
I'll tell you what, it's a good thing as well that didn't happen coming out of the hand of Montas. 88, a little different than 96 on the chin.
See where this gets Matt Chapman. Home plate area is a dangerous place right now.
Yeah.
Line drive. It's going to drop into center field for a base hit. Chapman has his first hit. He's walked and single now tonight. And that'll bring up Marcus Semien.
We'll have to foul the ball into the ground and off his foot. He gets a breaking ball. You're starting to see a pattern here with Junis breaking balls up in the zone. Got away with one to Olsen on the strike 3 called looking. Wasn't able to bury that one. Chapman takes advantage.
Semien swings and misses. I'm going to get back to our conversation with Ryan Lefebvre, who's been with the Royals for a long time. He understands the mentality, and he said, you know, the fans get it. The fans in Kansas City, they're okay with a rebuild. They understand that it's the way it is.
Well, and I think
it also helps that you won a World Series. You went to 2.
And
that makes a big difference.
The process.
Yeah.
So they have an understanding that the process can yield fruit.
Yeah, now I think it's a different deal, whatever market you're in. If you didn't win a World Series, because then you get a little antsy.
Sure. You start to get knocks on the door, no doubt.
The Royals did that in 2015 and went in 2014. So they developed a very good core of young players that came up together, worked their way through, and then won it all. And I think the fans like that, and they will give you some credit for that when you start a rebuild again. And I think that's obviously where the Royals are headed.
See here, Semien tries to hold up. But I do think there's a mild hint of romance to the way the team was tore down or the way the team has been separated. And it is sort of an understanding that this is the way things go. Be ready for the next wave.
Simeon lines on the left. He's got a hit. So Chapman goes to second, stops there. 3 hits in the inning for the A's.
Well, Crap, they're starting to get to him, and Junis is starting to leave pitches up in the zone. And again, this is the 3rd breaking ball that hasn't found its way to the bottom of the zone. Simeon does a good job of staying back.
So we're going to get a visit. The pitching coach tonight is Larry Carter. Cal Eldred, who's their regular pitching coach, has left. His son is graduating this weekend, and he's going to be there for that, as he should be. So that's Larry Carter, who's taking over for Cal Eldred for the weekend.
Well, right now, they're talking about getting ahead early, but hey, we get just 2 strikes, or we're going to go to that breaking ball. We've got to make sure that we get that thing down.
So Piscotti, a chance to do a little damage. This is the A's first bat with runners in scoring position tonight. Last night they were 3 for 6. Piscotti rolls and foul, got out in front of that one a little bit, bounces right into the A's dugout. With 3 solo home runs tonight, 2 by Davis, 1 by Fowler. Fastball running in a little bit on Piscotti. So he's behind in the count 0-2.
This is where it gets interesting for Junis. Obviously, the last 3 hitters, he's shown an inability to bury that breaking ball. So 0-2, he's used the fastball to get here. Will he go to the breaking ball at any point in time? Can he execute?
There's that slider. Piscotti could not hold up. So that's probably the best breaking ball he's thrown in this inning.
And that's what he's looking for, that down and away action. Biting down. He just does a better job of getting on top of that pitch as opposed to the few that we've seen prior. See Piscotti out in front, unable to keep the hands or the bat back.
So it's up to Lucroy. First pitch to Lucroy, bends him back a little bit. Lucroy popped out to first in the 3rd inning.
324 with runners in scoring position.
Again bends him back. That was a curveball.
Watch your lips.
Junis wants a new baseball. He flips the old one away. That'll be in batting practice tomorrow, that baseball. Yep. Isn't that what they do with them, right? It's right to a batting practice rack.
It's like a bull out to pasture.
So 2-0 the count.
Having a little trouble getting on the same page here, trying to get comfortable.
Chapman at second, Simeon at first. Plenty of speed, and foul back just downstairs to our right.
There's Junis reaching back, 93 on the 4-seamer.
A little bit outside, and now it's 3-1. So Junis does not look sharp this inning, even though he's got a couple of strikeouts.
Well, and he executes the breaking ball down and away against Piscotti, and that was really the one curveball that he's executed to this point in time.
Up the middle, and that's a base hit. Here comes Chapman. He's going to score. Simeon hustling to third. It's 4-0. The A's lead.
Well, Junis was unable to execute the entire inning with the breaking ball. Sands the Piscotti at bat, and you have to believe that played a role in pitch selection here, trying to go with the fastball away as they did the prior pitches before. And Luke gets it up, out over the plate. You see Salvi reaching back across the middle. Chapman running on contact, and Simeon doing a great job going first to third. The A's are chipping away.
Grounded up the middle, but Escobar's right there, trots to the bag, and that will do it for the A's. But 2 more runs for the Athletics. Chris Davis with a solo home run. Jonathan Lucroy with an RBI single. 5th inning coming up. The A's now leading it 4-0.
Sports California is brought to you by the Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid, America's first hybrid minivan. Test drive one today.
Oh, decisions to make. What do I get? What jersey? What hat? Kelly Green is a popular item.
Fan favorite?
Yes. Frankie Montas looks pretty good in the Kelly Green. That's what he's done in his 3 starts this year.
Settling in, and with each pitch and with each inning, you can see the confidence build.
And he's rolling tonight. 5 strikeouts.
When I tell you something that you paid attention to, or that I kind of picked up on, is early. I mean, his first start, he was doing it the quick pitch, not something we saw from him last year. And for me, that's another sign that he's settling in. He's getting comfortable at the big league level, comfortable with his approach. At times you do some things in AAA you might have success with. You're afraid to bring those up to the big leagues for one reason or another. And then finally you just say, you know what, to heck with it. I'm here for a reason. Let me keep trucking. And I think that's what we're seeing unfold.
Outside, and the count now 3-1 to Paulo Orlando, with Goins to follow, and then Whit Merrifield. Orlando had a hit taken away from him in the 2nd inning by Marcus Semien.
Tremendous play up the middle, going to his left, glove hand side. Nice stab. Paulo, just recalled from AAA.
Montas kicks, and the payoff pitch. It runs up and in for a leadoff walk. And let's check in with Cara. She has ventured over to Oracle, where there is a viewing party going on, and I think a celebration is near. Cara, how you doing?
Hey guys, I wanted to show you what's happening just steps away from the Coliseum here at the arena. This craziness. That's right, packed house. 18,000 people paid $20 to come watch the game here at this watch party. And it's almost like a regular game. We've got the dancers going on. We've got the PA announcer. Full concession stands open. And let me tell you, when the Warriors score a point, it gets loud in here. It lives up to that name of the Roracle for sure. Now, I'm told that if the Warriors win, there will not be any post-game fireworks. For one thing, it might be too light outside for the fireworks. And for another, there's a baseball game going on, and those fireworks might be a little distracting for the pitcher and the batters next door. So, in the meantime, these guys are happy to watch the game with their fellow fans, get loud, and have a great time here. Go Warriors. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks, Cara. And Cara said if there's a celebration, well, yeah, there is going to be a celebration. The Warriors are up by a whole bunch. Yeah, a whole bunch with about 6 minutes left to play. Can the A's turn it? Yes, they can. 5-4-3 double play on Goins, who's a fairly fast runner, so that's a nice double play turned by the Athletics.
No doubt he can get down the line, and we talked about this being part of the recipe for success for Montas last time against KC, and he doesn't stop here. Gets another double play. Matt Chapman, the sure-handed third baseman, over to Lowry. Nice quick exchange, and Ole with the pickup on the backside over at first. And Montas, you know it, it's your best friend out there, brother. The double play.
Now top of the order in Whit Merrifield. There's a strike right on the outside corner. Well, it's amazing to watch Montas. And again, we understand it's just his third start. But here's the quick pitch. But how different he looks this year compared to last year. And he's going to get it out on the quick pitch. Lowry has it. Side retired. A little help from the double play. Bottom of the fifth coming up. 4-0. A's lead. Your TV, change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. Cheer card tonight, Vita Blue. It's a authentic fan Friday, so Treehouse, the place to be, and of course the guys did the pregame show from out there. They'll do the postgame show from out there. Brody, Bip, and Shooty. Probably signing autographs. No doubt. Getting free food. No doubt. Big shots. 0-2 to Fowler. Drops low. Fowler homered in the third. Fourth of the year.
We mentioned the struggles of Junis with the breaking ball last inning. First pitch breaking ball to Fowler, trying to get that thing figured out.
Fowler rips that one into right field. Another hard hit ball.
Well, after winning the first 2 jewels of the Triple Crown, can undefeated Justify win the Belmont Stakes and take the most elusive trophy in all of sports? Find out. The race for the Triple Crown tomorrow at 1 p.m. on NBC. Part of NBC's Sports Championship season.
Huh. That's big.
That's big time.
But you know what? If the name of your horse is undefeated, I mean, does that? Well, I'm just saying. I'd like to know the odds. That's what I'd like to know. Wouldn't you like to know the odds?
I'm a big odds guy.
I'd like to know the odds.
Let me do that math.
I don't think they got it for us.
Here I got it.
Of course they do. Of course they do.
That 5-7 on Justify.
Who do you like? Gronkowski's 21-1.
Restoring hope.
Free drop Billy. The names are my favorite.
Box them all.
Box them all.
Is that a bad strategy?
I've never heard of that, but you're a seasoned better if you're boxing them all.
Spend a lot of time around the paddock, Kipe.
Outside the Lowry, 2-1 the count.
This is where you'd like to see the Oakland A's string together those at bats. We talk about patience, battling through. Good chance they can get to Junis here after the struggles last inning, coming through the meat and potatoes. I'll tell you, if he doesn't get that curveball down and figured out, this could be a short stay for Junis here in the 5th.
The bullpen is quiet, but it may not be quiet for a whole lot longer. He just has not been sharp. Has not had an easy inning. Different than the guy we saw last Sunday, where he pitched very well in Kansas City, even though the A's dropped an L on him.
7 1/3.
He was very good.
9 strikeouts.
And that 9 strikeouts was a career high. He's got 4 today. Fowler with a good lead. Lowry hits a pop up to shallow left. It's a long run for Gordon, but he'll get there. Makes the catch. So Lowry is 0 for 3. Now we are getting action out in the bullpen as the left-hander Brian Flynn starts to throw.
Talking about those 9 strikeouts. 35 fastballs last time against Oakland, 42 sliders, 9 swing and misses on the slider.
So he had a good feel for it. Does not have a great feel for it tonight.
And that's been the case.
He has not been able to keep Chris Davis in the ballpark. A pair of solo home runs. The 1 career 3-homer game back in 2016. His 3rd one was a game winner. It was a walk-off grand slam, so that's not a bad way to cap it off. Well, he's going to get a couple more chances to hit his 3rd home run. Davis was trying that time. This is the 1st inning home run.
That sinker down and in, inside out, right center. And then the cement mixer right down Broadway.
Quick throw to first, safe. A close play because of a really good throw by Perez and an accurate throw. Threw it right on the bag.
Well, it's great anticipation by Sal behind the dish. He's got the pitch that's taking him that direction from his knees. Able to fire off a laser down to first.
Tapped back to Junis. He'll pick it up. He'll throw to first and get Davis there. So 2 outs, Fowler to second. It's always fun to look at. where do the home runs hit by Chris Davis go? So he's got 6 to center, 6 to right, and 5 to left.
And as an opposing pitcher,
Number 28.
taking a look at the spray chart and where the damage or the power is done, a lot of times you like to think to yourself, all right, I can't get beat inside. I don't want to get beat inside. I'm going to make him beat me the other way. I'm going to make him beat me on my best pitch, whatever that be. A lot of times that could be something down and away. But for Chris Davis, you're playing with fire.
Yeah, I guess, you know, if he had good velocity, you could get in on him, but you could say that about any power hitter. Sure. I mean, he just covers the plate.
And again, there's some swing and miss there.
Yeah, but with him, the swing and miss is usually on balls out of the strike zone.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if it's in the area,
could be loud noise.
Yeah. Matt Olson has struck out twice, once looking, once swinging. Olson checks his swing. The pitch is a little bit low.
Those are the pitches that used to be strikes. Concentrated effort to try to raise that zone now.
Fly ball, shallow center. Orlando really hustling in, and he'll get there with those long strides. Side retired, so hit and nothing else for the A's. They lead 4-0 after 5.
Sports California is brought to you by Kelly Moore Paints. Go where the pros go. Kelly Moore, the painter's paint store.
Sixth inning, Frankie Montas has been good, and the offense has been good using the long ball, so the A's lead 4-0. Escobar, Moustakas, and Perez for Kansas City. 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. Simeon scoops it up. 1 away.
That's been the name of the game, Kite. Early contact, weak contact. We talked about it off the top.
I got 7 ground ball outs.
Yep. Mike Moustakas.
Out of 16 outs, that's not bad.
I'll take it. You got five tickets punched.
About to be a celebration. Those folks are in the treehouse, and they're keeping an eye on the Warrior game, which is just about to go final. And I think it just had a final. So congratulations to the unbelievable Golden State Warriors. Quick look at the final score was 108-85, never in question in that one. Martini on the warning track, he's got it for the second out. And that'll bring up Salvador Perez. So that's right next door at Oracle, the viewing party, a sellout crowd, and they're going to party in whiteout.
Parade time, Kite.
He broke out his Jason Richardson jersey.
Yeah, oldie but goodie.
Hey, you never know. He was pretty good for a while. There it is. So again, congratulations. The third title in the last 4 years. And just to show you how great they are, none of us are really all that surprised. Not surprised at Olsen making that nice catch either. And that's a good inning for Frankie Montas. He's retired 5 in a row. Warriors are world champs once again. Nice job, guys.
Just the beginning at The Habit. Try our delicious sides, including the new Sriracha Lime Tempura Green Beans. Visit habitburger.com for a location near you.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Chapman, Simeon, and Piscotti. Jake Junis back to work. With a 4-0 lead. Running the first, running the second, 2 in the 4th. The Mariners won again. They just refused to lose. They beat the Rays down in St. Petersburg 4-3. Marco Gonzalez got his 7th win. He's done a nice job for them.
They are on fire right now. Mike Leake threw well the other night. Marco throwing well tonight.
Mariners have won 7 out of their last 8, and they've won 16 out of their last 20. That is updated. 40-23 are the Seattle Mariners. So that is out number 1, and let's head out to the treehouse where Cara is. Are you okay out there, Cara? Are they partying yet?
Oh, they are partying, Glenn. It is a crazy scene out here. Good times, though. I'm here with 2 diehard A's fans and diehard Warriors fans, Tracy and Gail. They were just inside watching both games. Describe the scene for us, Tracy.
It was so exciting. It was so much fun. Couldn't have picked a better night for this to happen. Pride Night's one of my favorite nights of the year. And just to tie it in with the championship, I know it doesn't look like there's a lot of folks in the stands. It's because they're all in here in the West Side Club celebrating hard.
That's right. Both games were on the TV screens. The A's broadcast, of course, and the Warriors. Were you kind of splitting your time watching both?
I literally had one eye on this TV, one eye on this TV. I accidentally missed the first of Crush Davis's home runs, and I saw her hands go up in the air. And
that's okay. He does 2 in a game.
Yeah, that was the second one I saw.
That's fantastic. And Gail here actually flew up from Southern California because of this perfect storm. Warriors, A's, Pride Night.
Yeah, I was here to support my friends for Pride Night, and then the Warriors happened to be in Game 4, so it was kind of the best of both worlds. I get to watch the A's and the Warriors at the same time.
Wonderful. And Tracy here has been to all 4 Pride Nights that the A's have hosted. What do you love about Pride Night with the Athletics?
It is the best vibe of the entire year. Every single year it manages to top itself. More fun, more hugs, more, I mean, just pure Bay love. And tonight just couldn't have been better with the championship on top. Sweet.
Absolutely. Definitely a night to remember. And I do love these pride flags that the A's are giving out. Fans can get their hands on them through the Ballpark app. They're $15 and $5 of every sale of the pride flag will benefit the Oakland LGBTQ Center. So it's a great cause and a beautiful flag to celebrate a memorable night. Go A's, go Warriors.
Go A's, go Warriors.
Great night in the Bay Area.
Thanks, ladies. Guys, back up to you.
All right, so the Treehouse, they're going to celebrate there, celebrating next door. See if the A's can hang on and get a win. 1-1 to Stephen Piscotty.
Yeah, you're going to be hard pressed to find folks with a frown on their face in the Bay Area tonight.
Can't do it. One and one the count. Piscotty has struck out a couple of times. Rolls that with a foul.
You mentioned how nice it would be to see Piscotty catch fire, go on one of those hot streaks. And again, I'll reiterate how important it is to have guys like Piscotty start swinging the bat at the bottom of the lineup.
Well, it doesn't mean you can't still score runs if you don't get some help from the bottom of the lineup. But when you do get help, then you have a chance to score runs in bunches.
Well, yeah, and especially when you think about the guys that we've mentioned at the top and in the middle that are starting to get it going.
Good take there by Piscotty to even the count at 2-2.
You know, if you're a team who's not going to create runs or run scoring opportunities via the stolen base or via movement, all of the hit and run, you have to make sure you're going up there and putting together professional ABs day in, day out.
And there is a base hit to right field. Almonte hustles to it, fires it back in. So 9 hits now for the Athletics.
Well, just a great job of going middle oppo here. Ball center cut, slight run to the inside part of the plate. Piscotty stays inside this baseball, hits the inner part, shoots it out to second, and Almonte, yes, hustling in. Nice strong throw to the cutoff man. Keeping Simeon at first, but it's that kind of AB there by Piscotty that we talk about passing the baton. They've got runners on first and second. 1 out. Lucroy up there, and that's what we're talking about. Spray it around a little. 21 to the pull side, 11 and 12 respectively. Middle oppo.
Junius pumps in a strike to Lucroy. Lucroy had a 2-out RBI single in the 4th inning, picking up his 14th RBI.
Talked about Luke, 324 runners in scoring position overall. 353, less than 2 outs runners in scoring position. So another opportunity for Luke to grill himself a steak here.
Outfield shifted just a little bit toward right center. That's Orlando in center. Corner outfielder's pretty straight up. That is fair down the third baseline. That's going to score Simeon. Here comes Piscotty. Matty Williams waving Piscotty home. He's going to score without a throw, and it's a 2-run double for Jonathan Lucroy.
Well, he got the opportunity, Kipe, and he did not miss. And this is why it's so important for that bottom of the lineup to get on base and provide these opportunities for the guys that are seeing the ball well. And here Luke gets that running fastball down and in underneath the hands, opens that front hip early, gets the hands through, and he's able to get barrel to bat. But Alex Gordon down here anticipating that ball, kicking out of the corner here. Not the case. It sidles up, finds a home. He's got to go in and get it, and that allows the boys to run around.
So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
Hybrid, America's first hybrid minivan. Test drive one today.
So the A's now lead it 6-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning against the Royals, after winning last night 4-1. So a struggling Royals team, losers of 5 in a row, and the A's need to take advantage of that, and so far they have in the first 2 games in this series. New pitcher is the lefty Brian Flynn. Flynn takes over, and he's facing Nick Martini. 0-1 with a 4.97 ERA for Flynn. Swing and a miss and a quick 0-2. So not a good night for Jake Junis. 97 pitches, and he's responsible for Lucroy at second base. 6 earned runs allowed.
Tough couple innings back to back for Junis. Was unable to get that breaking ball under control, under command. Kind of came back to bite him.
Chris Davis with a couple of home runs.
He wouldn't have minded one more go.
Pitch knocked down by Moustakas. He gets up, he throws to first, and did Dozier keep his foot on the bag? I believe that he did. And Moustakas with a one-step dive to his left.
Well, this is an outstanding play. This is a controlled fall over there at third base. You see, he understands I don't need to fully extend on the ground, and I may have cut myself off in terms of space that I have here to dive or make that play. So he goes into a controlled fall, keeps that glove towards the outfield side of the field in an effort to keep that ball or corral that ball should it kick up, should it bounce. Makes up. We know about the strong throwing arm from Moose. So a heck of an athletic play, reactionary play from Moustakas.
So 2 away, and here's Fowler. Scooped out of the dirt by Salvador Perez. Fowler's had a good night. A homer, a single. He's 2 for 3. He's got his batting average up to 254. Just fouled. So he's starting to look much more comfortable at the plate.
He is getting comfy, and StatCast is going to tell us just how comfy he is. Got 107 off the bat, 30-degree launch angle, 403 feet away from home plate, right into Souvenir City. And I tell you what, Fowler starts getting comfy at the top with some pop. It's a good recipe for the Oakland A's moving forward. You want to score some runs?
And that one is lined, and a nice play by Dozier, moving to his right. Grabs it on the backhand. 2 more runs for the A's. It's 6-0. Philadelphia Athletic Lou Krause Sr. Keep that in mind. Senior pitched 14 professional seasons. 23 games in the majors. He was 5-1 his record, but remember his son, Lou Krause Jr.
Yeah.
Pitched 7 seasons with the A's, was the opening night starter in the first game ever here in Oakland, right here at the Coliseum. So was manager in the minor leagues. He was a scout. He was born back in 1912, passed away in 1988. So Lou Krause Sr., we had Lou Krause Jr. in the booth.
Electric factory.
He was having so much fun. It was a good night. Celebrating the first ever Oakland A's game here at the Coliseum back in 1968, and he was the starting pitcher that night.
Unbelievable. I tell you what, Kite, I like to think I've never had a bad day at the ballpark. Tough to have a bad day at the ballpark. That guy never had a bad day ever. Just full of energy, full of life, full of charisma, passion. Man, brings a smile to my face just thinking about old Lou.
So we learned tonight that his father was a big leaguer as well. 1-2 the count to Abraham El Monte. Frankie Montas just rolling along. He's starting to spoil us now.
Well, he's mentioned he's starting to get comfortable. And these are the outings that really help build and breed confidence and success, not only amongst the youngster and himself, but the rest of the rotation. I think what you're seeing is guys come up and start to realize they have a very real opportunity to grab a role by the horns.
That one is hit hard to right field. Piscotty's going back. Piscotty's going to have just enough room in front of the wall to make the catch. A little mislocation there by Montas, and Almonte took advantage of it by hitting it hard, but Piscotty got back there. The Fullers are here.
Good to see them out.
It's always good when the Fullers come to the ballpark.
Yeah, it's a house divided, but they make it work.
They're fine. They're fine. Astros beat the Rangers 7-3 in Arlington. Verlander got his 8th win. Rolling along, 9 strikeouts in 6 innings. Another hard hit ball, but that's going to get down for a hit. So Gordon is 3 for 3.
Couple well hit balls for Gordon. He also fought a single back up the middle earlier in the game.
Batting number 17, Hunter.
There it is. 94 middle. Gordon maybe not the tremendous power threat he was earlier in his career, but
here's Dozier, 1 for 2. Hunter Dozier. That win by Verlander was career win number 196.
Nice body of work.
Yes, it is.
See him and the Astros. They roll into town.
Piscotty hustling over toward the corner. And Piscotty in foul territory makes the catch.
Well, enjoy an early July 4th with the A's. That's right, for the July 3rd Patriotic Fireworks Show presented by Chevrolet. You can now win a free suite to the game. That's right, a free suite for you and 11 of your closest homeboys. Simply text BOOM to 60946. The contest will last through June 18th, so message and data rates do apply. Again, simply text BOOM to 60946. See complete rules at athletics.com for more details.
So 2 outs. Orlando rounds it to short. And another decent inning for Montas. Gives up a hit, nothing else. 7th inning stretch time. A's leading 6-0.
Brought to you by California Ford Dealers. Frankie Montas, absolute deal fest on display. And guys, first pitch fastballs, 18-27 first pitch strikes tonight. That was the key for me. Montas kept these guys off balance early in the zone, late expansion. Tremendous job so far by Montas.
He's smiling, and he should be. He's been great. Bottom of the 7th inning. Jed Lowry to lead it off against Brian Flynn, who got the final 2 outs in the 6th inning. Lowry is 0 for 3. Hey, that's a good-looking jersey right there. It looks fresh too, like he may have just got it.
There's a good chance he had to. Good chance he had to dig around for that one. Probably just made it himself, though, Cut.
Good looking. I'll haul mine down one of these days. The Angels beat the Twins 4-2. That just went final. So all 3 of the teams ahead of the A's won. Seattle, Houston, and the Angels. Kinsler and Upton homered. And the Angels have won 5 in a row. Everybody's winning.
They've won 5 in a row, but they were dealt a heavy blow today. Not good news for the Anaheim Angels. Shohei Ohtani hits the shelf. Grade 2 UCL sprain. For the folks at home, grade 1, light strain. Grade 3, complete tear. Grade 2, happy medium.
Hit hard toward left. Gordon with a nice running catch. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Calling all artists. It's the inaugural Battle of the Bay Art Show. Go to NBCSportsBayArea.com/Battle of the Bay Art to enter for a chance to get your Giants or A's artwork featured at the Bay Bridge Series. All mediums accepted. We cannot wait to see your 6 games this year between the A's and the Giants. Here's Chris Davis, 2 for 3 with 2 home runs. Davis swings and misses. We don't want to miss a chance for Chris Davis to hit a home run. We'll finish our Ohtani conversation after, because you know what happens, right? If we get into Ohtani, Davis pumps one out of the yard.
Don't get to celebrate.
That's exactly right. There's enough celebrating going on right now, with Warriors winning the NBA championship again. 1-1 pitch is sliced foul. Let's go back to May 17th of 2016. This was the 3-homer game by Chris Davis. There's 1. Nice play. There's 2. So he gets Cole Hamels and then into extra innings. That's a game-winning grand slam. This one's bounced behind the bag at third. Moustakas a long throw. So Davis is retired, and that's out number 2. So back to Ohtani. So you're saying a grade 2 UCL strain. You don't really know how bad it is, but it's probably not great.
Not great. And the name that instantly comes to mind is Masahiro Tanaka.
There's something going on in there.
There's something not right. Not right. I mean, you know, grade 1, okay, a little barking. Grade 3, you're probably under the knife. Grade 2, very gray area.
Yeah. He is Ohtani. He's not going to throw for 3 weeks. And you're saying, well, what about hitting? Well, he's not going to do that either. They're going to try to get.
No, he's going to
see if they can get him right to pitch.
Right.
If he says, well, I can't pitch, then they have to decide, well, do we let him keep hitting?
Right.
So that's a difficult decision.
And he will, I believe I saw he will undergo a PRP injection and a stem cell therapy injection.
And that works sometimes.
I believe.
Sometimes it doesn't.
Yes, I believe out of the 16 individuals to receive the stem cell treatment or the PRP injections, 8 have come back.
There you go. So Matt Olson strikes out, and he's had a tough night, but the A's have not. It's 6-0 as we go to the 8th. behind Frankie Montas. Montas, his last start, we've talked a lot about that. He went 8 innings through 99 pitches. He's sitting at 78 right now. We got something going on here.
He is feeling good. There's no doubt about it.
But he has a somewhat quick inning here and doesn't throw a whole bunch of pitches. Huh.
I like where your head's at.
Maybe.
I like where your head's at.
Maybe. If nothing else, it's a great opportunity for him. He's got a nice lead. He's pitching well, but again, I'm a big fan of pitching deep into games.
Yes,
well, you know, aren't we all? But there's an art to that, and you have to kind of learn how to do it at the big league level.
It is a learned behavior, and there's no questioning that. You figure out and you get a feel for swings and approaches later in the ball game. You have a good idea of what has gotten you to that point. And that's when you learn how to get ahead early with different pitches. You've gotten guys out differently throughout the ball game. You tap back into that memory bank. But you have to learn how to go through those steps.
And I think it's if you have a comfortable lead, it can help you out a little bit.
No doubt. See, you're just a piece by Ryan Bones.
Wouldn't stick. Quick pitch. It's bounced easily to Olsen, right near the bag, 1 away. Let's look at the quick pitch. We've seen a few tonight, and explain it a little bit and how it can really mess up a hitter.
That's right. The hitters are keying on timing mechanisms on the starting pitcher. So if you think Daniel Mengden and the over-the-head double pump at times, that gives a hitter something to key on and something to sort of base their timing on, your release point, things of that nature. So if you're disrupting that timing, speeding it up, slowing it down, pausing it a la Marcus Stroman with the Toronto Blue Jays, Johnny Cueto with the Tiant twist, it gives you an idea. You're making these hitters uncomfortable. You're disrupting their timing, and it's not fun. It's not a fun at bat.
You don't have to do it a lot.
You just plant a seed and watch it grow. And that's what happens. 3-4 times you break it out. Those whispers start to happen on the way back to the dugout. Yeah, they see it. Quick pitch, fastball. You've done the work.
Well, I guess you could say, well, you got a fastball, curve, slider, change, whatever. And if you then incorporate a quick pitch, it's almost like incorporating a new pitch.
Absolutely, because you can go, as you get traffic on the base path, sometimes you go slide step in an effort to control the running game.
There it is. That one's hit right off the bag and pops up into center field. So Whit Merrifield was able to handle the quick pitch there, and he hit it hard right up the middle.
Number 2,
it's just an
Alcides
accelerated advancement through his windup. Instead of that second step and that pause, it's a go. Yeah, going on time there.
So here's Escobar. 1 away, 87 pitches for Frankie Montas. Bullpen is quiet. Turns Escobar away. All games are final in the American League. The Yankees won the Subway Series. They beat the Mets 4-1 tonight at Citi Field. Giancarlo Stanton hit a home run. Shallow center. Fowler grabs it, so that's the second out. So the Yankees now 41-18, so they just keep on winning. Mets are scuffling.
Now batting number 8, Mike Moustakas.
Pagan starts to throw just in case.
Familia just hit the DL for the Mets.
Yeah, Mets are now 6 games under 500 after hanging around for a while the first 6 weeks of the season. Moustakis goes after the first pitch, fouls it. White Sox beat the Red Sox 1-0. So the Yankees win, the Red Sox lose. As they continue to go back and forth in first place. So that is a two-team race, and I don't think it's going to change.
Nope. You see the rest of those teams. Third place starts at 14.5 back or so. And again, you think about the AL teams in the AL. Top 5 team making postseason. You got the 3 division leaders, the 2 wild card teams, the West and East. Probably going to make up your wild card teams.
What you are seeing this year, I don't know that it's good for baseball, but you're more so than maybe in other years, you're seeing the haves and the have-nots.
Oh yeah, that's been abundantly clear, and unfortunately, Kipe, I think it was that way by the end of the first month of the season. There were roughly, I believe, 9 to 10 teams that had a 0% chance of making the playoffs.
And I think you're seeing it more in the American League. The National League has a few teams that are surprising a little bit. The Braves and the Phillies, who are having good seasons, and they may have some staying power. Brewers are having a big year. 2-2 to Moustakis with Merrifield at first. Montos trying to get through 8. Foul back.
And as we
Got
talk
a little attitude on the mound, I like that.
Yeah, and as we talk about the need for the at-bats on the offensive side for the Oakland A's to string quality at-bats together, win those battles. Same can be said for Montas here. 94 pitches, 8th inning. Looking to go 8 in back-to-back outings. You've got to win these battles here against Moustakis.
So now the count is full with 2 outs. Merrifield will go.
As you leave the game without the ability to record the out here against Moustakis, it can ruin your night as a starting pitcher. Albeit having pitched very well, you leave with a sour taste in your mouth.
Moustakis drives on the right. That's hit well. Piscotty near the wall, and it is gone. Moustakis with a 2-run homer on a full count, and it's 6-2. Bob Melvin is coming out. Well, Frankie Montas may be a little bit disappointed initially, but I don't think it's going to last long because he pitched great. 7 2/3 innings tonight from the big right-hander, gives up just the 2 runs. So Pagan coming in. Service your trusted oil change tune and smog experts. Frankie Montas, terrific performance, 96 pitches, 7 2/3 innings. The Pagan comes in. First pitch to Perez is belted to left field. Martini's at the wall, bangs up against the wall, cannot quite get it. And Salvador Perez has a double with 2 outs.
Well, Emilio Pagan's going to come in spinning the breaking ball, which is what you like to see out of the bullpen. Come in throwing that thing for strikes. Sal Perez, good chance he might have been looking for that.
Number 45, Abraham.
Heck of an effort
Almonte.
out of Martini out there and left. Tracked it nicely, just unable to come up with the acrobatic grab. 8th double on the season for Sal.
And now it's Almonte. 19th appearance for Pagan. Got his ERA down to 3.68.
Throwing the ball well as of late. Scoreless last 6 appearances.
Well, last night it was T. Trevino Trident. 3 shutout innings, allowed just 1 hit.
Remember, it was the Montas Pagan combo last time against KC.
So 1-0 to Almonte. Takes a stride right there, 93 miles an hour.
He's got the good fastball, and I think that's been a part of the reason why he's had a nice recent string of success.
Almonte is 0 for 2. Swing and a miss. That one was by him.
There it is, 94, 93 on the inside part of the plate. Almonte had no shot at getting to that. He got 94, upper and outer quadrant. Tell you, with that swing, I'd like to think he just bought himself another.
Maybe 2 inches higher. He did go upstairs and it's foul back. So that time Almonte got a piece of it. Soler, the original right fielder, left the game after 1 at bat when he fouled the ball off his foot.
Just based on those swings, I don't see any reason to give him anything other than that same thing. Maybe try to crowd him.
Perez, the runner at second. Slow runner. It's low. The outfielders know that if it's a base hit to any of the outfielders, they get a shot to throw Perez out.
And I think there's a good chance that Perez is pretty much station to station at this point.
Absolutely.
His run means less than nothing.
Pagan has the sign. That's a fastball away. So Almonte has worked the count full. Trevino pretty much ready to go out in the A's bullpen if needed. So payoff pitch. Foul back. Came right at him, 95. So saw where the pitch was. It was pretty much right down the middle, but just enough velocity where Almonte touched late.
Margin for error, and we saw that fastball. They tried to go up and in the pitch before, jerked it down. That's why even executing a quality miss gives you an opportunity to get outs. That's why it's important to be competitive around this.
And that one is outside. He walked it. So Pagan faces 2 hitters, gives up a double and a walk, and Bob Melvin wants his setup man, Lou Trevino. So 2 on, 2 out. We'll be back.
15th. Presented by Ray Morgan Company, fans can enjoy the post-game fireworks from the outfield grass set to the music of the Jurassic Park movies. Bring your pack of Raptors and enjoy the show. Visit athletics.com/fireworks for details.
So Lou Trevino in. The score 6-2, but the Royals trying to make it interesting. Trevino is going to face Alex Gordon, who's 3 for 3. 3-1 with a 1.93 ERA for the rookie right-hander Lou Trevino. Perez is the runner at second. El Monte, who does have good speed, he's at first.
So you wonder why Trevino comes in and instantly picks to second with Salvador Perez standing out there. Well, you've got the shift on. You just want to make sure nobody's getting crazy out there.
Gordon takes down and in.
And Trevino's one of the guys we talked about taking a role that was available and making it his own.
It was available and it was badly needed. Gordon may have broken his back. Simeon has it, and that will do it. So Trevino gets the out that's needed. A couple of runs for the Royals. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th.
Athletics. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
Here's our game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. 2-7-0 for the Royals, 6-10-1 for the A's. Frankie Montas, terrific. How about his 3 starts this year? He's thrown 21 2/3 innings, given up just 3 earned runs. So we have a developing story with Frankie Montas.
He has been dazzling, sparkling, efficient.
That one is driven to left, and it's hit pretty well. Gordon's back. Gordon with just enough room in front of the wall. And Matt Chapman is retired. So Chapman with a walk and a single tonight. He's 1 for 3.
Now batting the shortstop, number 10, Marcus Simeon.
And that'll bring up Marcus Simeon, who's had a good ball game. Marcus, a couple of hits, 2 singles. He has scored a run. Jonathan Lucroy, though, the hero tonight. A single, a double, 3 RBIs. Chris Davis, the hero. He's got a pair of home runs. So the A's last night had 4 runs on 9 hits. Tonight, 6 runs on 10 hits. So taking advantage of a struggling Royals team and a struggling Royals pitching staff. Royals team ERA is 5.38, highest in the AL. And that pitch
may have hit the grass.
It may have. And Salvador Perez tried to block it.
This thing comes up just short here. Closer to the grass than home plate.
A little bit low.
Tough break for Sam. He's got all that equipment on. I don't know why he doesn't use it.
Exactly. Home plate umpire giving him a little extra time.
Well, that ain't no fun back there getting dinged up like that. No fun, especially for a guy who's going to squat 140 times a year at least.
2-1 pitch. That's a strike. So 2-2. Flynn with 2 innings of work in the books. This is badly outside.
Well, Kipe, you mentioned the struggling rotation, the struggling Royals overall. If you're an A's team, you come off that road trip 2-3, you're looking at this long homestand.
Driven left center field. And Orlando cannot get it. Shoots past him and goes to the wall. Marcus Semien around second. He's going to try for third. And he is flying, and he's going to slide with a triple. Marcus Semien never broke stride, and when he saw that ball sail past Orlando, he was thinking triple all the way.
You know it, and I think, Kipe, this move down in the lineup might mean something for Marcus Semien here. Getting a little comfortable at the dish now. Third knock of the night for Semien. You're right, he shoots this thing up into the alley, and once he sees it gets past the center fielder, he is picking him up and putting him down, and he sails in safely to third base.
So Semien with the triple, and that's going to be it for Brian Flynn. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and spawn experts.
Your attention, please.
Designed for the grind that comes through every time. See your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. By Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. By Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV. And by SoFi, a modern finance company.
So Piscotty steps in with a chance to knock in a run. Marcus Semien with the one-out triple. It's Jason Adam, the infield in. Big curve, and it's called a ball. Piscotty is 1 for 3. He singled and scored in the 6th. He's now had 11 hits. Jason Adam. No record at 4.26 ERA.
So you take a look at the numbers. Somebody they're going to need to utilize only 12 innings. But you mentioned the lack of production out of the Royals staff as a whole. They've got to start identifying guys that can come out of that bullpen and get it done.
There's a strike on 3-0. Tomorrow it'll be Trevor Cahill and Danny Duffy, and I bring that up because Danny Duffy, we've seen him for a while now, and he can have dominant stuff.
Yes.
But Danny Duffy has an ERA of 5.81.
Struggled this year.
Ian Kennedy, Jason Hamill, they all have ERAs in the 5s. So it's hard to win games. Hang with it, Sean. Hang with it. When it gets bigger than your head,
yeah,
that's good.
That's outstanding effort right there. It's a big league bubble.
Escobar can't handle it. Run scores. Everybody's safe. Escobar had a charge in, and he couldn't wait back, and then he got that in-between hop.
Scotty, a great athlete, running hard out of the box, down the line. Simeon running contact over at third. He's got to come in. It's a do-or-die situation. Don't know if he would have even had a shot based on Simeon busting it down the line. The need to transfer that from glove to hand. It's going to go E6 on Escobar.
It's a fielder's choice. E6, no RBI.
That's tough sled.
Fielder's choice. E6, no RBI.
That's tough.
Luke Roy single and a double. Roy fouls it back. That's the first error in the game for the Royals. Royals have been pretty good defensively, statistically anyways. That's just their 25th there, second fewest in the American League.
Yeah, they're going to knock it down and catch it and throw it, no doubt. You've got to give your team an opportunity to make something of it on the mound.
Now 1-2 to Luke Roy. Still only one out here in the 8th inning. Solo home runs tonight for the Athletics. Davis with 2, Fowler with 1. Curveball, and Luke Roy swings and misses. One over top. Big breaking curveball from
it's
Jason Adam.
It's good downward action. Look, 94, 95 up in the zone. Come back with that 79-mile-an-hour Uncle Charlie down.
Nick
Again, it's classic eye-level changer.
So here's Martini. Martini is 0 for 3. Still looking for that first big league hit. See if it happens here against Jason Adam.
Heck of an effort for that ball out in left field last half inning.
And he thought he had a hit in the 6th, but Moustakas dove to his left, fielded it, and threw him out at first.
Great play.
Big swing at 93 miles an hour. The only other game still going on in baseball is the Braves and the Dodgers down in Los Angeles. We'll have day baseball tomorrow. Cahill and Duffy, 1:05 first pitch. Salvador Perez.
Always kind of felt like that's kind of how baseball was meant to be played on the weekends.
I agree.
Afternoon, under the sun.
He's mixed in some Saturday night game, but it is, day games are nice. Of course, Sunday, a day game as well with Sean Manaea facing Brad Keller, right-hander. Off day on Monday, and then the Houston Astros come to town. The mighty Houston Astros.
Yeah, the juggernaut.
3-1 pitch, pop up, shallow right. Almonte hustling in, and Almonte says, I got it, and he does. A's get a run. Semien scores after his triple. It's 7-2 as we head to the 9th inning. People are having a good time tonight, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Hey, it's a championship kind of night out here in the Bay Area.
That's right. He's trying to get the final 3 out. See if Lou Trevino can do it. He'll face Dozier, Orlando, and Goins.
Kipe, I got to tell you, the most impressive part about Lou Trevino coming on and really grabbing the reins of this 8th inning role has been his ability to pitch more than 1 inning with frequency. It's not something you see a ton of these days. You think about the hybrid reliever role, though. You think about the work that Andrew Miller put forth in the postseason and sort of that ushering in teams trying to identify that arm in the back end of the bullpen.
Well, Dozier is retired. 1 away here in the 9th inning.
And it is time now for the Chrysler drive of the game. And that's both long balls tonight by Crush Davis, the first one. Little Oppo taco for you folks out here in Oaktown. And then right here, dead central. KD feeling it, starting to heat up. We know that's how this offense goes as KD goes.
Here's Paulo Orlando. I think to your point about Trevino, you don't, a manager doesn't want to use a guy for more than an inning. You just don't want to, but sometimes you have to.
Right.
And early in the year, he was having to do that with Trinan probably more than he wanted.
Right.
Well, now you don't have to do it quite so much because Trevino has emerged.
You've got somebody that can go out and get you the last out of the 7th inning, complete the 8th inning for you. Takes a lot of pressure off of that closer, because now the guy you're asking to get 3 outs, you're no longer asking him to get 4, maybe even 5.
And you can use guys multiple innings, but if you do it too much, I think it starts to show up in August and September.
Oh, no doubt. And it could show up even before that, just in their stuff.
Yeah, you're right. From day to day.
Yes. You need to be able to bounce back and respond.
Count stays 1-2 to Orlando. Royals trying to break a 5-game losing streak, but they're in trouble with the A's leading 7-2. A's, on the other hand, they're trying to go to a couple games over the 500 mark. Another great start from Frankie Montas. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 98 miles an hour.
Let's pedal to the metal. 98-mile-an-hour cheese biscuit in the back pocket. Who's hungry? Lou Trevino's going to feed you 98 coming at you.
Number 1, Ryan Goins.
And it's just so important to be able to have these guys you can rely on with this sort of power stuff at the back end of the bullpens. We see it throughout the game. Every bullpen littered with 95 plus. You see why.
First pitch to Goins, 96 for a strike. Goins takes strike 2, outside corner. Nasty pitch, a lot of movement.
It's that 92-mile-an-hour backdoor slider.
Post-game live coming up from the treehouse. 0-2. High fastball. Goins thought about it. Nasty breaking ball, and that's how this ball game ends. So Lou Trevino comes in, faces 4 hitters, retires them all, and the A's have a pretty good night at the ballpark. They hit 3 home runs, but Chris Davis a couple, but Frankie Montas is the story tonight. 7 2/3 innings. Gives up just 2 runs, and he has won his first 3 starts. Dallas, he looks really good, and that could be a huge development for the Athletics. Again, only 3 starts, has a chance to be a big development for the A's.
Talking momentum builder, Kite, no doubt about it.
So that is the celebration going on next door after the Golden State Warriors win, of course, the NBA championship, and the A's put together a nice performance. So they've kind of dominated the Royals the first 2 games in this series, and quite frankly, with the Royals where they're at, they're really struggling. They've lost 6 in a row now. We said it yesterday. I think the A's really need to win 3 out of 4 or even sweep the series and get a little momentum going into next week, which is a very important week.
We come off that road trip unsuccessful. You got this long homestand staring you straight in the face, and you got the first squad in town, Kansas City Royals, struggling mightily on the mound and everywhere else, frankly, aside from out in the field playing defense. So if you're the Oakland A's, you have to circle this series, these games, and make these the ones that you need to win. You've got to take 2 or 3 here plus.
And Dallas, Frankie Montas tonight, 7 2/3 innings, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. His last start, just 2 strikeouts. Same thing tonight. He had a few more strikeouts, but down in the zone with a little movement, and again, a lot of ground ball outs.
Well, that's been the name of the game for Montas. We've seen him through the course of the games as they get deeper into ball games, utilizing that heavy sinker, the heavy velocity. He's able to show that breaking ball at times when he needed to, but tonight it was about getting ahead with strike 1 and executing down in the zone.
All right, so a couple of home runs for Chris Davis tonight, and he is standing by downstairs with Cara. Cara, take it away.
Thanks, Glenn. Chris, first of all, congratulations on the 6-2 win. You were responsible for 2 of those 6 runs. Coming off your groin injury, what was working for you so well behind the plate tonight?
Just remembering what I was working with before and just kind of picking up where I left off and just try to give the team really good ABs and not worry about the result.
So the A's have put together 2 wins in a row, 11 hits tonight. Not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but what's clicking with the A's bats right now?
Just timely hitting and just getting runners on and having good ABs. Batter after batter is working, so we're just going to stay with that and build off it.
Frankie Montas put together a solid start, 7 2/3 innings. What do you like about watching him as a starter this season?
He's very electric. He's got great stuff. He's a workhorse. He's durable up there. And I like our chances when he's pitching for us.
And finally, as you know, the Warriors clinched the championship in the middle of our game. Was that any bit of a distraction for you? Were you following along at all?
Nah, not at all. They got a dynasty over there, and it's fun to watch them play, but when it's time to do work, we got to focus on what we got going on.
Absolutely. We're getting rained on right now with the fireworks.
Yeah, it's coming in hot right now.
Congratulations on the great game and the win. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, back up to you.
All right, thanks, Cara. Thanks, Chris. So indeed, maybe Chris Davis starting to heat up. Wouldn't that be a wonderful thing? 2 hours and 32 minutes in front of 10,132. The A's win it over the Royals by a final score of 7-2. Coming up after the break, A's post-game live from the Treehouse. Stick around.